net out from under. Okay. Okay. You got in the bag, man.
Joe, great fish.
Oh,
Great
man.
fish.
Oh, is that a figure eight strike to the max or what, ladies and gentlemen, huh? Oh, that is a figure eight strike to the max. Oh,
Great fish, Joe.
with Chris Dorsey.
Great fish.
Inside turns. Get on the upwind side after a big blow. Right at sunset. Right at sunset. And when you figure eight them, see what I did? Tons of pressure. When you snout hook them, look where the hook is gone. I didn't take the hook out. It popped out as soon as it hit the net. That's how you catch a snout hooked, a snout strike. Big snout on that fish. There we go. Oh, that's a tank. That is a giant, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Yeah, if you're gonna hook them in the snout like that, folks, the way you keep them hooked is put tons of pressure on them. There's two schools of thought. Don't put any pressure on them, which I don't believe works. And put tons of pressure on them and then hit them quick with the net. And then when you have the greatest net man in the world, it all works, ladies and gentlemen. Hey folks, welcome to our Muskie segment. Chris Dorsey.
Joe.
Chris Dorsey and Joe Book are fishing sunset muskies.
Last night?
Yeah, yeah. You know what's interesting is there's some pretty cool lessons in this one, and one of them is, boy, you know, when you got a fish that strikes a figure eight and they don't hit it good, how do you keep them hooked? And I'm not saying we have all the answers,
Yep.
but in this case,
Pressure.
Pressure. You know, more often than not, talked about this several times in segments this year, and you just saw it demonstrated. Here comes a big fish. You know, comes in pretty hot on the bait, right? But then it doesn't, you know, overtake the bait and just do this powerful, you know, turning strike where they get buried. When the fish gets buried right here, you know, you got them. But when they come up and they overtake the bait. You know, this fish just came and just barely overtook the bait. And when they do that, more often than not, you lose them. But in this case, I kept the fish hooked by putting tons of pressure on them. Now, how do you put tons of pressure on a fish like that? Well, you'll watch the segment and you'll see. But one of them is you got to have the right tackle. Well, I'll tell you what, you and I both love these 86 and 90 heavies. You know?
Great rods.
They're great rods, yeah.
Great tools.
Yeah.
Great tools.
Yeah, I mean, I've caught so many big fish on their sling blade. It's their sling blade in the Legend tournament, the St. Croix, and this is the St. Croix Legend Elite, and they just call it their 86 heavy fast. But Chris and I both use that 86 heavy fast and the 90 heavy fast. And the heavy, one of the beauties of the heavy, of course, I just caught this fish on, you know, my old favorite pattern, Christmas tree. I love Christmas painted blades. I just did a really cool thing for Raleigh and Helen's Muskie Shop about this. You know, when do I use certain colors of blade? I love painted blades this time of the day.
Yep.
You know, and metallic blades when there's bright sun out. Well, these painted blades this time of the day. Well, I was fishing this bait, and you see I don't use a center treble on here either. I just use the rear treble. But when I get a fish in an 8, I think this is where, you know, we've been using a lot of different rods, you know, throughout this week of fishing, for everything from some pretty light twitch rods to all the way up the scale to this.
Yep.
But boy, when you get a big fish that snout hits on a figure 8,
Ton of pressure.
you got to have a stick like this with tons of pressure. Otherwise, I doubt you're going to catch him. But how much pressure? Watch a segment and you'll see for yourself. There he is. Get that net out from under. Okay. Okay. You got in the bag, man.
Joe, great fish.
Oh,
Great
man.
fish.